time to feed these viewers. Hello, viewers. Mornings. Another beautiful day. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. Or excellent. Alright, look. So, your Xbox Series X and S. Where's this article here? Is going to be using larger drives than 16 terabytes. Yeah, Xbox Series X and S using hard drives larger than 16 terabytes. So let's say you got the 2 terabyte Xbox Series X and S. You add a 16 terabyte hard drive to that. That's 18 terabytes of storage. You know, with the way these games are getting now, yeah, big and large, yeah. 16 terabyte of this. Listen to this. And above. Listen to this. Microsoft has released a new alpha skip ahead of Microsoft has released a new alpha skip ahead of update for Xbox Inside with a few fixes and one important change. Starting with build 2502.25120-2200, Xbox consoles receive support for external drives with capacity larger than 16 terabytes. You can connect and format big size hard drives to accommodate massive game libraries and applications. Well done, Phil Spencer. Says here, Microsoft notes that drives larger than 16 terabytes should be reformatted to work with Xbox console. Upon formatting, the operating system will split the drives into multiple partitions, and thus users will see several drives in the list of connected devices. It says, expand your drive storage with support for larger drives. We are enabling support for external USB drives larger than 16 terabytes, so you can be sure your favorite games are always ready to play. Newly formatted drives that are larger than 16 terabytes will be formatted with multiple partitions to utilize all available space for games and apps. These will appear as multiple devices in storage device lists. And then it says, note drives greater than 16 terabytes have already been formatted will be unaffected by this change and wouldn't need to be reformatted to take advantage of the update support for larger drives. Says here, here are the other changes in the update. Spot great deals from comfort of home. Today's update makes finding discount easier than ever. A random subset of users will see a new badge we're adding to games and sales that you don't already have access to, showing the percentage of directly on your home screen. Says here, accessibility, fix, improve narrator read about in settings, particularly in power options and when enabling remote play. Entertainment apps, fix an issue where some media apps could become laggy or sluggish after extended playback system. Various updates to properly reflect local languages across the console. Note, users participating in preview may see odd text across the console. To learn more, go to What's This? Learn more about sudo lock in preview. And then it says known issues in the update in the following system. We are investigating reports of the console shutting down or restarting unexpectedly when testing the network connection. Microsoft does not say when support for larger capacity drives will arrive to all users, but you can expect the feature to remain in the Xbox Insider program for several weeks before it lands in stable channel. You can read more about the update here. And let's see what they're talking about here. Let's see what they got. Okay. Okay, same thing. I'll leave the link. But that's a good thing though. Hard drives, console supporting hard drives bigger than 16 terabytes. That's a good move, because these games, they're big. With these games, they have updates, DLCs, and expansions. You know, to these games. You know, and then you got your operating system that gets update, and yeah, and plus the new games that you buy now, they're so big, they're huge, and they come with DLCs and expansions and updates. So 16 terabytes are better on the Series X and S. Very good move on their part, man. So yeah, so you can put 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, even 32 terabytes on the Xbox Series X and S. So yeah, and that's to support the games that's on the 360 and also the original Xbox. One of the issues with PlayStation is storage. It amazes me that when PlayStation fans, they talk about PlayStation, they're quick to talk about exclusives, but they never address the hard drive issues that they're having. From the PlayStation 3, you can't even put a 10 terabyte hard drive on the PS3. On the PlayStation 4, the max you can put is 8 terabytes. That's too small, especially with the PlayStation library and with the deals and the games that they have, and plus the DLCs and expansions and updates that come with these games. That's one of the biggest problems with PlayStation, is storage. From the PlayStation 3 on and up, you can't put like a 10 terabyte on the PlayStation 3. You can't put on the PS4. On the PS4, it's just the max size hard drive you can put is 8, and the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 has a lot of games. Just saying. So they do a lot of talking about sales and exclusives, but they don't address a serious problem that they're dealing with, and that's storage. And this is where Xbox is always beating Sony in that area. I remember one time I went into GameStop one time, and I was talking to one of the store reps, and he's like, I said to him, I said, you guys are still using he said something to me about hard drives, and I was like, yeah, we got external hard drive support. And I was like, I told him, I said, look, you guys you guys still don't have external hard drive support. And when I said that, about a month or so later, Sony, all of a sudden, PlayStation 4 can use like a max of 8 terabytes of storage, but 8 terabytes is not enough when it comes to consoles, man, because updates come in, and then sometimes you want to buy some of those digital games and then put it and then leave it on a console, because you don't feel like running to the store, or sometimes you don't want to order it from like say Amazon or Best Buys or anything. The PlayStation, the Microsoft store and the PlayStation store, they have deals. So what would be nice is that you have a bigger drive, so you can get those games, so you don't have to run to like say GameStop or whatever to buy the game or whatever. So, but good move on Microsoft part. But on PlayStation side, man, that's the biggest issue that's concerning them. PlayStation has a big storage issue, man, when it comes to their consoles. The PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 4, and even PlayStation 5. Those three consoles, they have a storage problem, man. Yeah, a big one. Because let's say you got your PlayStation 3 connected right now. The PlayStation, let's say you put 2 4 terabytes. The PlayStation 3 can't even like read 2 4 terabytes hard drives at the same time, where you can move games back and forth. It can't even do that. It can't even read two say 8 terabytes or 2 10 terabyte drives on the PS3. It's the same with the PlayStation 4. It can't read 2 hard drives at the same time, where you see both of them, and let's say you're running out of space on one drive, and you just bought a game, and then the game is about 100 plus in storage, but then you got some DLCs and expansions that you got to add to it. You can't, the PlayStation 4 can't see it, and then you can't move that game to the drive that's empty, so you can play it off that drive. The PlayStation 3 and 4, they have a big storage issue, man. Not only that, there was like this rep when the PlayStation 3 first came out. They were saying that the PlayStation 3 can hold 2 terabytes of storage, and I think it was in the PSM magazine, if I can recall. It was like a yellowish orangish PlayStation 3 PSM magazine. And need I tell you, man, I tried to put a 2 terabyte hard drive in the PlayStation 3, and it couldn't even read it. The max it can read is like 1.5, and that is not enough. So it's a shame. It's embarrassing to know that Sony's been in the game industry this long, and they don't take care of their storage issue. The PlayStation 3 should be able to read should be able to read two 5 terabyte hard drives at the same time, 2 6 terabytes hard drive at the same time, back and forth. You see both of them. 2 7 terabytes, 2 8, or even 2 10s. Can't do it. It's the same with the PlayStation 4. So Sony with the PlayStation 3, 4, and 5, they have a big storage problem that they need to fix it, and they've been avoiding it and dodging it and skipping it. But Microsoft is teaching them a lesson right now about consoles. On the 360, you can put a 16 terabyte hard drive on it. Xbox 360, you can put a 16 terabyte hard drive on it. With Xbox One, same thing. But now with the Series X and S now, they just raised the bar now. So now Microsoft is realizing, like, oh, you know, with the size of these games and the way they're getting, you know what? We need to increase the storage, and that's what they just did. So yeah, if you're a console manufacturer and you make consoles, you have to take care of that storage. You know, this is why when on the Steam Deck, I kept telling people, like, you need to put that 2 terabyte of storage in the Steam Deck, and I'm going to make a video after this about Valve that they really need to address this. You know, they really need to address this. There's a couple of problems that I'm going to address with I'm going to bring up when it comes to the Steam Deck that they need to address. But anyway, man. But other than that, man, good move on Microsoft part. Good move on their part. Good move. And you know, I'm glad they're seeing that, you know, that storage is really important when it comes to video games. You know? So you Xbox fan, indulge. I got 4 comments here. Let's see. One person. Who's this? Boondock Saint said this. If only they did get rid of the ridiculous proprietary storage format for the expansion cards when the console was new and storage specs were ahead of what was on the market, I could understand it. And it says to a degree, but now there's no reason for them not to release an adapter with a USB replaceable SSD. Even with manufacturer licenses, they cannot make that much on a selling the overpriced proprietary card. And then who's it? Kruger said this. He said, sure, there is greed. And then Rosina said this. Where does this continued max 16 terabyte per partition comes from? And let's see, who's this? And then Becker said this. Gets to some kind of limitation with the Xbox software. We know the underlying operating system can do partition larger than 16 terabytes. Storage is a big problem, and when it comes to today's video games, you know, storage is a big problem. And with PlayStation, man, that's one of their biggest problem right now, is their hard drive. Your PlayStation 3 can't even read a 10 terabyte drive. That is embarrassing. Your PS4 can't even read two 8 terabyte side by side. It can't even read 2 6 terabyte, 2 7s, 2 5 terabytes, or even 4. You can't even read both of them at the same time, and you can't move games back and forth between it. That's embarrassing. Microsoft is beating Sony in that department. So yeah, good move on their part, man. The Xbox One, when they came out with the Xbox One, you could buy a bigger, you could put a 10 terabyte hard drive and above on the Xbox One. That's why a lot of people are still using it using Xbox One till this day, because of storage. Because storage is a big problem, man, with these video game consoles, man. And the way a PC uses a hard drive, that's how consoles need to be. Bottom line. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy. The nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars and Star Trek fan. Dark side. Go. Peace. Uh-oh.